video on the stuff that we took to World's Toughest Mudder last year. I'm in the process of packing stuff up to get ready to go to Toughest, which is the Philly regional 12-hour overnight. So while I'm in the process of doing it, I figured I would kind of go over real quick just to kind of show people what we took to World's Toughest, and then I have to narrow things down and figure out, from there. So we were fortunate because my husband and I both ran, so we actually had 2 pit spaces. Each runner gets a 10 by 10 space. So we set up our, we have an easy up canopy, one of those 10 by 10s. So we put that on one space, and then on the other space we put a regular tent. So that comes in handy if you need to go just like rest for a few minutes or even just to go in and change. Sleeping bag, and then of course the wheel carts. These things are amazing, especially when you end up having to clear out in BFE and take all your stuff into your pit. Again, I don't think that's going to be as big of an issue for Toughest, because since it's only 12 hours, we're not going to need as much stuff, but still. So food, basically just whatever you think you're going to need throughout what's going to get you through that time. Things that are easy to fix. You don't really have access to cooking. We have some MREs, stuff like that can, heat up real quick. They do have a hospitality tent with like hot water and things like that. So if you're able to use that kind of stuff, they have like little MRE container things that you can buy that you actually just put the packs in them with some hot water, and then you can pretty much put whatever you want in them to heat them up. Those work. You're just not allowed to have anything gas. You won't have access to electric at your own pit, things like that. So as far as basic necessities, we use, I have a couple of these heat tarps. They come in handy. I put one down. I actually saw a video on YouTube that had recommended it, and it worked out great. Took one and put it actually in the floor in our tent, so that way if you're sitting in there, or if you go in there to just lay down for a few minutes, you don't have the cold coming up from the ground. And then these are actually the hooded ones. They were like, I think $15 on Amazon or something like that. But they actually have a hood, which makes it nice because if you're back at your tent eating or things like that, you don't want to lose your body heat, so you can actually wrap up in it while you're eating. So we have a few of those. Those definitely come in handy. Things like, sorry, I know that's loud. Things like duct tape definitely comes in handy. Last year there was a big storm that came through and actually broke our tent, so we ended up having to tape it together. String, scissors, markers. Markers to write your name on your bib. World's Toughest you get it the day before, so you might want to decorate it. And then I also use twine. It's a good idea to have, I have one somewhere, a little ball of twine, because when you're wearing your headlamp, you want to be able to tie it to your bib. That way you don't end up losing it, especially if you're jumping into a water obstacle, things like that. They do come, slide off, you don't want to lose it. So that takes me back to obviously headlamps. A good working headlamp. Make sure you take extra batteries, especially when it's cold. Batteries die quick. We have some backup headlamps just in case. And then of course you need your flasher lights. When you go out after dark, they will make sure that you have a working headlamp and a flasher light before each lap, or you won't be allowed out there. So those are important. Hot hands packs. Use those back at the tent. Again, World's Toughest, it got really cold at night. So it was nice to be able to go in and kind of crawl in the sleeping bag for a few minutes, throw some of these in there to help warm yourself back up. Oh, there's my twine. Again, twine, tie your headlamp to your bib, less chance of losing it that way. So shoes, I made sure we took a couple extra pair. For me personally, after a couple laps, it felt good to be able to change my shoes. And then for socks, I love the Injinji wool toe socks. The wool definitely helped at night when it was like below 30, keeping your feet warm, and even in the morning. And then also keeping your toes spread out, so less chance of blisters because they're not rubbing back together. I've started wearing the Injinji toe socks for every run now. Excuse me. Because it's better that you don't have to worry about blisters. Flashlights, those are definitely important. Basic first aid kit. I bought one of these as is and then threw some extra things in there like moleskin, things like that I thought we would need. And then I have my extra little bag with, sunblock, saline for your eyes, anti-chafing, very important. Gurney Goo is a great one for that. It also has things like tea tree oil and stuff in there, so it's kind of like an antibacterial. Helps as far as that's concerned. Chapstick, Vaseline, Gold Bond powder, safety pins, super glue, you never know. some more hot pans in there. And then of course your neoprene stuff. We have our full wetsuits. I won't be taking those to Philly, I don't think, because I don't think we're going to need them. I will probably definitely take the shorties though. Those will probably definitely come in handy. And then the hoods, first couple laps at Worlds, I didn't need one. The third lap I went out, I ended up wearing the basic one that just covers the top of your head, because of course, you know, the fastest place to escape heat is the top of your head. So I just wore one of these, and then in the morning when it was really, really cold, I wore the full hooded face shield one. Leg mitts, I cannot wait to use these. I didn't get them in time last year, so I didn't actually get to use them, but I would definitely be using them this year, and I'm very excited about that. The leg mitts are awesome because you can actually keep your hands in them to stay warm, and then you, instead of having to take them off or worry about it when you get to the obstacle, you just slide your hand out, you can use the obstacle, when you're done, slide them back in, you're good to go. We didn't have those last year, so we just used basic neoprene gloves, but they still worked. So again, hopefully we won't need those for Philly because I'm hoping it doesn't get that cold. I think that might be pretty much it. The vest, these definitely come in handy. I love these neoprene vests. Mine's a 3mm. It's nice because when it's just starting to get cold, you can just put it over your regular like long sleeve shirt, things like that, and it really keeps your core warm. When it got really cold, I put it actually over my actual wetsuit, so it's just extra layer to keep the body heat in. And it's not real restricting because it is sleeveless, so that helps big time. And then spray on new skin, because obviously Band-Aids don't stay on when your skin gets wet, so spray on new skin helps for that. My shower toga, I never go anywhere without my shower toga, good for a quick change. And then I think that might be pretty much about it. Oh, Ziploc bags, lots of Ziploc bags. They have so many different uses, you know, separating your own stuff, keeping it clean, and then also for like Worlds, it was nice because I had a couple extra sets of clothes ready, so I was able to like put shirt pants, and put them in Ziploc bags. That way they were ready, separated by outfit, ready to go. So if I came in and I wanted to change and put on a dry, you know, start a lap with a dry set, grab the bag already set up. And then for Worlds, we didn't have a pit crew. We had friends running who did have pit crew, and then we all kind of helped each other. But we belonged to the orphan tent. So that was a huge help, you know, gotta love my orphan tent people. But the orphan tent, they're set up right by the start finish line. So for quick pits, we would take our Ziploc bags and then just grab a couple things we would need like in between pits. Quick pit, instead of going all the way back to your pit and taking that time, if you just need to grab something quick, you can stop by the quick pit, you know, you can have your pit crew meet you there, or orphan tent, we went to the orphan tent, and just grab like a couple quick things, eat real quick, and go. So like I had a couple different Ziploc bags, and I would put like a little Gatorade, some honey waffles, some gels, some chews, you know, etc. Put that in a Ziploc bag, and then with our names on them, and then they would keep those up front. So if I was just like in between laps, I could just run over, you know, drink my Gatorade, eat my gel, and then head right back out again without having to go back to my actual pit. So I think that's about it. Towels, definitely need towels. Oh, and a windbreaker. Windbreakers are definitely probably a top item, especially even with your wetsuit on. Wetsuits are great for keeping you warm when you're in the water, but once you get out, if it's really, really, really windy, once that wind hits you, it sucks the warmth right out of you. So windbreakers are really good to help prevent that from happening. So I think that is pretty much it. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks. Bye.